European Champions Cup has been looking for years. Despite the illustrious status of these two clubs, they have never met before in the Champions Cup. But there were other meetings, most recently the final of the Cup Winners' Cup in Rotterdam in 1991, ending in a 2-1 win to United. Based on history, a United win is again likely. Manchester United have never been beaten at this ground in European competition and have now gone 53 matches without a home defeat in all competitions. Even the great Real Madrid of the early days couldn't win here, drawing 2-2 in the European Cup of 1957. The fans have come. There are over 40,000 here, just about a full house, for an Old Trafford that is now, of course, all seated, and just about the most splendid stadium in all of England. Manchester United have once again to cope with absentees because of the restriction on foreigners and other problems. Eric Cantona, the Frenchman, is still suspended, and now Ryan Giggs is also missing through injury. Lee Sharp will take up his role on the left flank, with Dennis Irwin preferred in defence to Steve Bruce. The three foreigners are Peter Schmeichel, Andrei Kanchelskis and Roy Keane. And it's a 4-4-3, essentially 4-4-3 lineup for United. May and Butt, the youngsters in that lineup. Barcelona come with their superstars, but they would have preferred one who had to stay home. Romanian Jorge Hagi didn't travel because of an injury, while fullback Ferrer was also unfit to travel. His place is taken by 19-year-old Luis at number 2. He's better known as a promising striker. One other change from the team which lost in Gothenburg, Johan Cruyff leaving his son Jordi on the bench. Koeman, Stoichkov and Romario is the foreign contingent. Vaquero, lying deep behind the three strikers, is the captain of today's Barcelona. The referee for the game is from Romania, and he is Ion Crăciunescu. The two linesmen, Zoltan Erdei and Nicolae Grigorescu, also from Romania. Much will be expected of the man voted the world's #1 player in USA 94, and that's Romario, and his partnership with Stoichkov up front. But just how ambitious Barcelona are in this match, we are about to see. Here's Kanchelskis. Back it goes for David May, and then Schmeichel, who will try to put the pressure on with the long ball forward. Foul by Mark Hughes. Mark Hughes, not considered a foreigner because he is a local product, not an import, even though he did come back to United via Barcelona and Bayern Munich. This is Luis. Romario losing it. And Lisha will be flying up the left, a la Ryan Giggs most of the time, I expect. This is Roy Keane. A timely challenge from Nadal. Paul Ince is the captain. Lee Sharp, Ince, Naki. Overlapping is Irwin. In it comes from Sharp. It's a dangerous ball. Barca needing to keep things cool. They're not doing all that well in the league at the moment. C1, the Champions Cup, their highest priority, of course. But a huge contingent of players in this lineup who were at USA 94, all three of their foreigners, of course. For different teams, Romario, Stoichkov and Fuman, but this is galloping away. Is Kanchelskis meeting it? Was Mark Hughes. Kanchelskis so quick, so much quicker than his man on the far side. When he first came to Manchester United, Andrei Kanchelskis was not a regular. There was a dilemma over whether he's to play in that right fullback role or as a striker, but he is now probably the first man picked. Pallister and Irwin. Ince. Lovely ball from the playmaker. Sharp is away and it curls back in. And we just Luis. Nadal. Romario. Nicely taken. And he's made space for himself, but the finishing was off. It's not the sort of range from which you normally see Romario score. His great ability is to position himself for the tap-in. He's got tremendous pace and balance, being able to get away from tightly marking defenders. Irwin. Sharp is away. This is Hughes. Ince is brought down. So it'll be a free kick to Manchester United, who have played Barcelona 3 times in European competition for 2 victories. Guardiola and Stoichkov forming a 2-man wall. Lee Sharp is there with them, and it's Irwin, and great shot from Ince, blocked almost on the line by Sergi. Paul Ince can't really believe that that didn't get through. It was sweetly hit on the volley. Here's the corner. Swung in by Lee Sharp, much too acutely. This is Butt. Roy Keane. Irwin. Inside for Pallister. One touch from Hughes. Ince. Sharp. This is a nice, crisp United move. Ince is on his inside. It's a longer cross. It's in from Hughes. It was a magnificent goal. Beautifully engineered. 4 or 5 players involved. Sharp got away. His cross was inch perfect for Mark Hughes. Where was the goalkeeper, you might ask? But then, if a cross is delivered with perfect accuracy, it's difficult to cope. In any case, he never really came off his line. So it's 1-0 to United. 20 minutes gone. Times like this, the home side can afford to go up a gear by 5-10%. because of the relaxing effect of the goal. Here's Ince. And United come again. Well, that was a bad pass from Paul Ince. Koeman interceding. It's Nadal, Guardiola, Luis. Can Barcelona mount a counter here? Wide on the right is Begulistan. In the middle, Romario, Stoichkov. Behind David May. Short corner, Vaquero, Stoichkov. And back it goes from Ince to Stoichkov. He can start again. Too much. Stoichkov always looking for Romario. It's amazing how those two players, since Romario arrived, as we look at this chance again on the other side, or indeed the goal from a different angle, but it's amazing how Romario and Stoichkov have become the best of friends and partners, real partners on the field. The reputation, and that tells you a lot about reputations rather than fact, is that both are arrogant, self-centered players who don't really like to share very much, least of all glory. Here's Lee Sharp again. He's flying tonight. And Mark Hughes looks at the floor, looks at the ball and says, there couldn't have been very much in that. It would have been a thumper of a goal. Lee Sharp is having a great night. And that was perfectly delivered again. Barcelona need to relax, take their time for the moment. Here's Guardiola. Key now for United. Kanchelskis and Butt. Keane losing it. Stoichkov takes over. It's a long one towards Romario. The thought was good. (1-0) to United. In a stadium built in 1920, renovated, of course, for the 1966 World Cup, and more recently turned into an all-seater stadium. About 4 years ago it was completed. And the atmosphere has not diminished at United, so much for that load of nonsense that was talked about when the legislation came in for all-seater stadiums, that because you lose the terraces, the standing room. This is a good run by Romario! It's 1-1! Well, Johan Cruyff is not exactly jumping out of his skin, but Romario, given space, he should never be given. Not a player of his caliber. The lethal pass came from Vaquero. Irwin was looking across to the linesman for an offside flag. No chance of that. So we've had 34 minutes and it's 1-1 at Old Trafford in the big one in Group A. It was a beautiful pass from Vaquero. Well, United conceded 2 goals to Gothenburg here and still won. And we know that Barcelona's defence is vulnerable from what AC Milan did to them in the cup final in Athens in May. Vaquero, and there goes the whistle for the break, and it's even Stevens on the scoreboard. United, of course, the better of play. Mark Hughes scoring a beauty thanks to brilliant lead-up work, and then Romario replying to bring up a half-time score of Manchester United 1, Barcelona 1. Substitution for the second half. Eusebio, who is an attacker, comes on for Luis, so there will be a reshuffle at the back. And Koeman, subject of most of the jeers from the United gallery. Eusebio is an attacking midfielder. So we shall see in a moment just what Johan Cruyff is up to here. Luis had all sorts of problems with Lee Sharp. He's had a wonderful first half, and that obviously is the reason for the change. Now Roy Keane for Manchester United, the first sortie from the Reds, and well intercepted. Chelskis not as dominant as his wing partner on the other side in the first half. Long ball to Romario and Parker. From our angle it looked a bit dangerous. He was under a lot of pressure, Paul Parker, from Romario. A man of equal physical stature, but probably a lot quicker. Stoichkov with a low cross. Romario under that. Still a chance. There's a deflection. Beguristain. Here's Koeman. Well, at the moment, Eusebio is taken up Luis's position. It can be just a straight change. Here's Beguristain. In fact, it looks like Sergi who's out on his right. Here's Guardiola. Vaquero. This is Sergi, in fact. The gallery is very, very buoyant here. Well, Barca are now playing possession. And here come the boos. Romario. Guardiola. Eusebio. That's away by May. Barca will be content to do this, knowing that they've got some lethal men up front who can score from half a chance. Koeman. Paul Ince, I dare say, would have felt that one. A chance for Vaquero. It's 2-1 to Barcelona. Well, there are lethal men up front for the Spanish champions, but none of them was needed for this one. It was Baquero, the playmaker, the midfielder, the skipper, who scored, beautifully chested down and then finished. Again left alone, as was Romario. It was a free kick from Koeman, delivered with expert precision. Schmeichel never had a chance. It's Jose Maria Baquero. Considered the real good luck charm of Barcelona. Usually when he plays, they win. Hughes. Alistair. Through ball to Sharp. Bad looking cross. It's 2-1 to the Spanish champions. And what beckons is a historic result here. United, I remind you again, never beaten in European competition at Old Trafford. But long ways to go yet. Sharp. Well, you could say that United suffered a deathly blow with the absence of Ryan Giggs, but I think Lee Sharp is a very able substitute here. Remember that Lee Sharp came on the scene as a predecessor to Ryan Giggs in a similar role, and he was a sensation in his first season. Played for England when he was very young, and then he had problems with injuries coinciding with the emergence of Ryan Giggs. So he's had some bad luck, but he's a fine player. Paulitz. Key. Begaristain. Eusebio. Now Romario, really seen on the flanks. Tries to look for his mate, Mr. Stoichkov. Just a bit too far behind him. It's now it's United who are running out of options. It's a long thump forward again by Schmeichel. And usually those things come straight back at you, as they will this time. Here's Koeman. Chasing is Kanchelskis. Hasn't really been in the game this second half. Pressure on the goalkeeper. A back pass. But no thump from him. And again. Now there's real pressure. Koeman. Well, that brought a round of applause from the Old Trafford fans. Here's Sharp, Ince. And finally Busquets. Rifling it forward, and it's a throw to Manchester United. The minutes tick away. It's 2-1 to the Spanish champions, who are looking for their second Champions Cup. They won it a few seasons ago at Wembley. Here's Paul Ince. Now Kanchelskis, can he line it up for a shot? He does! He's got wonderful shooting technique, and the ball travels so swiftly off his boot that once it takes a deflection, it's usually curtains if luck is with you. Luck wasn't with him this time. The deflection was there. Only a few inches in it. Here's Roy Keane, the Irish international. Vaquero. There's some pressure from United here. Deflection again. Dennis Irwin with a shot. And this is the earlier incident where Kanchelskis came close. And I think the keeper may have been well beaten. Romario. Parker. It's May and Kanchelskis turning away from Sergi. Tackled from behind. What will that be? Well, not even a yellow card, which is not, I don't think, in the spirit of FIFA's new edict. But here's the cross, and Hughes and Butt were there as well. Like Ferguson off his bench. He thought that would be the equaliser, surely. There was a great ball in. And that makes 2 or 3 of chances falling Mark Hughes' way. He did score one, of course, and he did it very well. He ran away. Abelardo, who in the end took up that role that was held by Luis. Very much a defensive player. And Jordi, the younger Cruyff, complaining to the referee. He came on for Beguristan. Substitutes on for both teams now. Manchester United bringing on Paul Scholes for, but here's Keane and Sharp! What a goal! Lee Sharp beaming from ear to ear, and no wonder. He did it all with the heel of his right foot. Have a good look at it again. Keane looks across. He had time to look at the linesman. And look at this from Lee Sharp. It was masterful stuff. The mark of a class player. And Abelardo was marking him very tightly, but there's nothing he could do about that. So Lee Sharp is surely the man this match will be mostly remembered for. He had a wonderful first half. And has now saved United from embarrassment, at least for the moment. There's a free kick to Barcelona. Alistair not interested or not impressed by the referee's decision, and no player ever has been that I ever remember. Koeman. Abelardo. And it's out. It's 2-2. There's the tackle on Paul Ince. Referee let it go, and Roy Keane then engineered what was brilliantly finished off by Lee Sharp. Bruce is on. He came on for May. And Kanchelskis, look at this! Yes! No! Off the line, almost off the line. Well, that, more than the chances that were converted before it, deserved a goal for Manchester United. Lee Sharp, of all people, missing it. Magnificently done by Kanchelskis. But the pressure's still on. And it's a corner, is it? No, the referee's given a goal kick. But have a good look at this. Sheer persistence from Kanchelskis against Sergi. And then the chance. There's the final whistle, so I think the consensus will be that Barcelona will be happy with it all. They will have their 120,000 or so to back them at the Nou Camp in the return. Baquero doing the damage in the second half by scoring what may have been the winning goal, and then Lee Sharp with a beauty to make it Manchester United 2, Barcelona 2.